Both. Ramp.
One more mid, dead.
Hello, my name is Keyte, and I am always tired. It's something I notice affecting my daily life, but it's also affecting and destroying my Counter-Strike performance. If you've been watching this series so far, you know I'm doing this road to pro in Counter-Strike 2 and testing different routines to improve in Counter-Strike, but also improve my mental and physical health. However, it currently feels like I'm doing it on empty. Everyone says that sleep is the most important thing for peak performance in anything, including competitive gaming, and currently I'm doing it wrong. So this week, I'm going to confront my never-ending tiredness and figure out what I'm doing wrong in my night routine. So why is sleep so important? Well, sleep has an impact on every aspect of your performance in CS. It impacts your mental performance, so your reaction time, your decision making, your focus, your memory, and your situational awareness, all shot when you're tired. Your physical health, so your body's recovery, hormone balance, and raw energy levels, all out of whack when you don't sleep. And your emotional resilience, well, expect to be tilting easily and stressing the fuck out if you aren't getting enough sleep. And all of that seems pretty important, right? I've understood that I want to try and get 8 hours sleep, but I've always struggled with the actual sleeping part. I can go to bed at a reasonable time, but I can never sleep when I need to. And it's probably because I'm just winging it. So I'm going to spend this week documenting what my current night routine looks like and do some basic research about what I need to improve, and so that I don't continue to feel the consequences of my bad decisions. My current routine looks something like this. I get off my computer between 10 and 11 p.m. depending on team practice. I brush my teeth, maybe have a shower if I'm feeling really gross. I get into bed, I put my alarm on for the morning, and here I'm thinking, my routine is starting pretty well until I start staring at another bright screen and consuming slop until I've left it too late and I need to sleep ASAP right now, or I'm going to be awake into the early hours of the morning, which I think we all know by now is not the best thing before bed. So pretty safe to say I think we can remove that from the routine. To fill the void between getting into bed and actually shutting myself down for the night, I need to find something or things to fill that time to actually wind my body and brain down. So to do this, we need to identify any blockers or must-dos that I have before bed or after I wake up that build that time frame or base to build around. Before bed, I'm usually on my computer and finishing up my aim routine, and that usually finishes just before 11 p.m. on team days. So let's make sure the routine starts about then. And if I'm going to give myself 1 hour of screen-free time, which seems to be the general rule, I'm going to aim to sleep just before midnight. And to get my 8 hours of beauty sleep, I'm going to have to shift my wake up time from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. This does push my current schedule back an hour, but I'm already starting to push that back because I'm so tired in the mornings. And now to make sure I'm getting some quality sleep and I'm not just lying there and waiting for my brain to magically shut down, I need to find a way of winding down, because I'm not one of these people who can just hit the pillow and it's night, see you in the morning. I can spend hours ruminating, thinking of what I need to do the next day, or just going down anxiety rabbit holes. So to do this, I've put together a small list of possible activities, and we can evaluate and adjust as time goes on. For the next 4-week block, I'm going to commit to this new night protocol that has been optimized for peak performance, both in CS and in life. Here's the plan. First, digital detox. We're going to get off all screens by 11 p.m. We're even going to put our phone and laptop away from the bed to remove any temptations. Second, hygiene. We're going to brush our teeth and have a warm shower before bed. Apparently that's good for helping you get to sleep. Third, journal. We're going to write down some gratitudes or just dump our thoughts for about 5 to 10 minutes. Fourth, reading. Get back into reading. It's something I fluctuate a lot on, but it's something I always seem to enjoy when I do it. And fifth, breathing. I'm going to calm down the mind, calm down the body with some deep breathing exercises. To aid this, I'm also going to avoid caffeine past midday because it's known to disrupt sleep, and I'm starting to think I'm quite highly sensitive to it. And for those of you who smoke or enjoy a cheeky beer or two, I would also recommend limiting that or avoiding that into the evening, as they are also known to disrupt sleep. One thing I need to remind myself is that not every evening is going to be perfect. Life happens. The key is consistent effort and quickly getting back on track. The routine isn't about just being 1 or 2 weeks. It's, can I build a sustainable habit? So that was my first week on the new protocol, and I'll be honest, it was a bit of a slow week of gaming, partly due to some internet issues I'm having at the new digs, but also partially because of the lack of motivation in this heat. The few Face It games I did manage to play this week did result in a positive elo gain, so that's a good sign. And while I can't directly attribute these wins solely to the week of improved sleep, I'm feeling a subtle shift. I feel I have a clearer head, a bit more focus, and less of that midday slump I've become accustomed to. So I'm genuinely excited to see the impact of this. If you're facing similar issues with tiredness affecting, your performance or daily life, I highly recommend you look at your own nighttime routine. And if you found this helpful or even have any tips, then please leave them in the comments below. And thanks for watching. I really appreciate you sticking around to the end. So here's a refrag code for getting this far, and I'll see you next week. Peace.
Oh, I headshot.
Oh,
Nice.
there, Con.
I'm running it back.
Short.
Short, yeah.
Dead. One CT or jungle.
Okay.
CT, dead.
You're hot. I'm gonna take CT. Not planted for us.
Jungle.
Jungle.